When hugging a woman, never make this mistake. A hug may seem like one of the simplest forms of affection, but communicates far more than most people realize. In many situations, a hug speaks louder than words. It can express comfort, attraction, trust, respect, excitement, or even uncertainty. That is why the way you hug someone matters just as much as the hug itself. One of the biggest mistakes men make when hugging a woman is assuming that every hug should become more intimate. They mistake physical closeness for emotional closeness. Instead of allowing the moment to happen naturally, they try to make the hug longer, tighter, or more romantic than the situation calls for. Ironically, this often has the opposite effect. Women pay close attention to how safe and comfortable they feel around someone. During a hug, they notice subtle details that many men overlook. Is the hug respectful? Does it feel relaxed? Is there unnecessary pressure? Does the other person seem calm or overly eager? These small signals shape the emotional impression far more than the hug itself. Confidence is quiet. Insecurity often tries too hard. If a woman initiates a friendly hug, your goal should not be to turn it into something more. Instead, simply match her energy. If it is a quick greeting hug, return a quick greeting hug. If it is a warm goodbye after spending meaningful time together, allow it to be warm without forcing extra intimacy. Matching the emotional tone of the moment demonstrates emotional intelligence. It tells her that you understand social boundaries and respect her comfort. These qualities naturally build trust. Another common mistake is squeezing too tightly. Many men believe that a stronger hug shows greater affection or confidence. In reality, excessive force can feel uncomfortable or even intimidating. A hug should feel natural and relaxed, never like a test of strength. The best hugs are balanced. They communicate warmth without overwhelming the other person. Your posture should remain relaxed, your breathing steady, and your movements unhurried. There is no need to prove anything. Eye contact also plays an important role before and after the hug. A genuine smile, brief eye contact, and relaxed body language create emotional comfort before physical contact even begins. Likewise, when the hug ends, step back naturally instead of lingering awkwardly or immediately searching for another opportunity to touch her. Many people underestimate how much confidence is communicated through timing. A confident man knows when to move in for a hug and when not to. He doesn't hesitate excessively, but he also doesn't force physical contact when the situation doesn't call for it. Perhaps the biggest mistake of all is treating every hug as a sign of romantic interest. A woman may hug you because she appreciates your friendship, trusts you, is celebrating something, or simply enjoys greeting people warmly. Reading too much into every hug often creates unrealistic expectations. When someone immediately assumes that a hug means attraction, their behavior usually changes. They become overly eager, overly available, or begin pushing the interaction toward romance too quickly. Ironically, this shift often reduces attraction instead of increasing it. People naturally enjoy spending time with those who make them feel comfortable rather than pressured. Emotional patience is attractive because it communicates security. Someone who doesn't rush physical or emotional intimacy appears more confident than someone constantly seeking reassurance. Remember, attraction grows through repeated positive experiences, not through one perfect hug. A respectful embrace is simply one small moment within a much larger connection. If trust, laughter, conversation, and mutual respect continue to develop over time, the relationship has room to grow naturally. The goal of a hug isn't to create attraction. It's to reinforce the connection that already exists. When you understand that difference, every interaction becomes more genuine, more relaxed, and ultimately more meaningful. Another mistake many men make is using a hug as a way to test a woman's feelings. They pay close attention to every tiny detail, how long she hugged, where she placed her hands, or whether she smiled afterward, and then try to draw major conclusions from that single moment. Human behavior doesn't work that way. A hug is influenced by many factors, including personality, culture, the environment, mood, and the relationship between two people. Some women naturally give warm hugs to everyone they know. Others rarely hug anyone, even people they care about deeply. That's why judging someone's feelings based on one embrace is rarely accurate. Instead of analyzing every second of the hug, pay attention to the overall pattern of her behavior over time. Does she enjoy talking with you? Does she make an effort to continue conversations? Does she remember small details about your life? Does she seem genuinely happy to see you? These consistent actions provide much better insight into the quality of your connection than any single physical interaction. Another important principle is respecting personal boundaries. Not every situation calls for a hug. If a woman appears uncomfortable, distracted, upset, or keeps her distance, don't assume physical contact will improve the situation. Sometimes the most respectful choice is simply a smile, kind words, or a friendly wave. Respecting boundaries doesn't make you seem distant, it makes you seem emotionally mature. People remember how you made them feel. When someone feels safe, respected, and understood, they naturally become more comfortable around you. That comfort is the foundation of every healthy relationship, whether it's friendship, dating, or a long-term partnership. Your body language after the hug matters just as much as the hug itself. Some men immediately become nervous, overthink the interaction, or start acting differently. They may suddenly become overly talkative, avoid eye contact, or look for constant reassurance that everything went well. Instead, simply continue the conversation naturally. A relaxed attitude communicates confidence. It shows that you view the hug as a normal expression of connection rather than a defining moment that needs to be analyzed. It's also worth remembering that genuine attraction is built long before any physical contact happens. Kindness, reliability, emotional stability, confidence, and good communication create stronger relationships than any perfectly timed hug ever could. When a woman enjoys being around you, the physical expressions of affection usually become more natural over time. There's no need to force closeness or rush emotional milestones. Healthy relationships develop through mutual comfort and shared experiences, not pressure. Perhaps the most attractive quality during any interaction is emotional self-control. A man who remains calm, respectful, and emotionally grounded leaves a stronger impression than someone constantly trying to impress others through physical affection. Confidence isn't measured by how many hugs you receive or how long they last. It's measured by your ability to respect both yourself and the people around you. Remember that every woman is different. Personal preferences, cultural backgrounds, and individual comfort levels vary widely. There is no universal, perfect hug that works for everyone. The best approach is to remain attentive, respectful, and aware of the situation. In the end, the mistake you should never make when hugging a woman is forgetting that a hug is about mutual comfort, not personal validation. When your focus shifts from trying to prove attraction to simply sharing a genuine moment of warmth and respect, your interactions become more authentic. People naturally enjoy being around those who make them feel comfortable rather than pressured. The strongest connections are built on trust, empathy, and mutual respect. A hug should simply reflect those qualities, not replace them. So the next time you hug a woman, don't worry about making it perfect. Instead, be present, be respectful, and let the moment happen naturally. That quiet confidence will always leave a better impression than trying too hard to create one.